Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another brand spanking new edition of JayDizL Plays. Today, we're back in Thetis again, play some Dragon Age Inquisition. So, if you're ready, willing, raring to go, let's get in there. And also, Greaky Chair says hi. You need to load the game first and foremost. Okay, let's set the stage. Yesterday, we managed to do some cool stuff over in the hinterlands. Get some of the basics down. We still have to finish up some side quests, but I figure what better way to get back into it than get some new people into the party. As much as I like Varric and Solus and Cassandra, they're basically the default people. Crew members in your little band of adventurers, and I figured maybe spice it up a little bit. Maybe get a new rogue, maybe get a new warrior, maybe get a new magic user. So, Greaky Chair included. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Val Royeaux. We're going to recruit 2 key party members, and hopefully there'll be somebody waiting back over at Haven, so we can look in maybe getting a 3rd. And we only have an hour to do it, so let's get to it. Excuse me. And also, all this stuff will be like at highlights on YouTube, on VOD, in case you miss anything, or, you know, you're busy and you have to come back. That's cool. All of the adventure shall be awaiting you. Whatever you would say. Alright, so we picked up the red Jenny note last time. And now we're going to knock that off. We're going to go to Inquisitor's Path. Inner Circle. And that's Varric's side quest. So we're going to do Friends of Red Jenny. That requires us to go...
It seems change is on the wind. I wish your leaders well.
Go past Mother Vera. We talked to her last night. What's this? Oh, we have a couple bits of lore to look at. Maybe not today, or at least this morning, but maybe sometime later on. So, okay. How long is this? Okay. Difficult time for those who have lost. While I understand the concerns of the propriety and the general addressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not only from the ongoing civil conflict between brother and sister. If you haven't figured it out already, Orlais is in the grips of a civil war, in the middle of everything else. So there's a giant hole in the sky, and Orlais is not even going to help us yet because they need to find a new leader, which we may hypothetically help out with later. So we'll have to see. Not just outright war, pitting Templar against Mage, not just the loss for most holy and the best of our leaders. We are all suffering, all three, as the sky is wounded for all to see. All we know of our world is threatened, along with what we know of the next. With this most grave notion, I ask that the writs of losses and missing remain, that the citizens, however indirectly, be allowed to post their griefs of known dead and the names of hopefully living, and with them the criticism of how they have been told or not told. For while I have no doubt as we Elysians will maintain our utmost composure, there must be release, there must be grief, there must be mourning. If we do not allow the simple expression, we risk greater outburst. Let our people shed their tears in as reserved as means is necessary. And the market will be cleared in due course, but this day, this time, we must let simple expression stand. A lot of them post up on the wall like, hey, where's my brother? Where's my sister? Where's my aunt? Where's my uncle? How come we haven't gotten any information as to their whereabouts? Are they dead? Are they alive? What's going on?
There must be something here.
Dead fish? Reservoir stock evaluation. Tremors, floating. Taste is off, water birds die off. Restocking failed, fish not fit, do not consume. Something's wrong with the water. Favors for favors of friends. Small handkerchief folded around a key with a small hastel scrawl. Key lifted from a drunk swearing about the herald. Don't know about the door. I'm out. My debt is paid. So I have to assume that the friends of Red Jenny have debts to settle. And once they settle, they're out. The Rennie Dowager Quarterly, waterlogged quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Rennie Dowager welcomes the blooms of spring of the collected Calipigian cuirassiers, being a scandalous representation of Her Majesty's favored caught in flagrant delectable. Can their uniforms and modesty stand the assault? Are any dowager exhibitions for the noble thought but spry of step? The lady herself says, hardly a Tethyrus, but generously arousing a polished cuirass does it for you. And it should. 3 scarves fluttering in shock out of 5. Whoa. Alright. Yeah, we can read this thing. Miroir de la Mer, reveries falling. Miroir de la Mer was cut off from Balrio in 849 blessed. It was the will of the mad emperor Vivienne, who demanded a reflecting pool large enough to draw his vain deceased mother back from the veil. Many shops and vendors were evicted to make room for his folly. Several memorials of the heroes of the first 4 blights were simply toppled. The reservoir supports little in the way of life, as the bottom was lined with lead to increase its reflective properties. Ravel intended it for divination, using boats as massive planchets, but work was not finished until the week so death. The waters see little use to this day, save for lazy or fortification, lazy or fornication sojourns for the nobility aboard decorative gondolas. Excerpted and torn from the disposable walking tour of the capital by Philip the Bard. Wait. So don't eat the fish. Is this like a... That's not even a fishing boat. I thought it was like a fishing... harbor. It's not. And that's what killed the fish. It's all lead lined on the bottom. What a dick. That's terrible. That is terrible. Also, thank you very much.
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
Oh, you'd say so, would you? We are Detroit. Thank you very much for the retweet. I appreciate it. I already talked to her, but I find it funny that she got punched in the back of the head by a Templar last night. It's like, oh, you guys suck, man. And then the Templar just rolled up like, yep, we're done. Just decked her in the back of the head. That's hilarious. Really? Ugh, work? Is that your thing? The Masque du Lion. We cheered when honor was her might, but more deserve a thought. Many more deserve a thought, for though she was the first a knight, her kin and kind were always fought. Always have fought. From a plaque from the dedication laid Masque de Lion, sponsored by Princess Corian's first Chevalier. for those who stood beside.
Oh, yes. All's well, it seems.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
A lot of people don't like the Inquisition being around.
And what did they need? All's well, it seems.
Of course.
And what did they need?
What's that? The head of Madame Snappy Snips. Mascot of Le Mas du Lion. Named in jest, but genuinely respected. The Grand Ma'am, as she is also called, was the last dragon brought down by Sir Koenig, a previous owner of the cafe. A spirited hunter, Koenig came of age in the years following the sighting of that named era. While others were quick to assume the tale of the ancient Navarian dragon hunters that must have been exaggerated, he tracked down the gradual increase in dragon numbers and size. Koenig believed that we had yet to see the true number of the beasts of legend, and that the specimens of his day were young, despite their ferocity. It is a cruel victory, but today we know Sir Koenig may have been correct, even though as he may have fallen to his own expertise, he is, or was, years overdue from his last hunt. And while the rest of us travel wary. What we thought to be the pinnacle of dragon strength may have been closer to adolescence. The sisters of Madame Snappy Snip may have left their sibling far behind. Huh. Interesting. Hey Detroit, what's going on, bud?
All's well, it seems. We shall see.
And of heroes, Mafrith and sacrifice. Andraste, Our Lady, the sword and the fire against Deventer, betrayed to the Empire in exchange for a kingdom. Mafrith, now synonymous with treachery. But would Andraste have won, or if not, would it be lost? Let us look into not the act, but the why of it. As the armies of faith pierced the Imperial homeland, it was revealed not as a wave, but as an arrow. And, as any hunter will attest, if your aim is not true, there is no returning to the bow. We must consider how much of Our Lady's victory to this point was against the true Imperium, and how much was against the echoes of the Empire. Andraste, the inspiration, may have not considered as much. But Mafrith, the general, fought for the homeland, not visions. Was it victory or defeat that his betrayal held at bay? Mafrith made the deal that killed Our Lady. That is a fact. When Andraste died, Mafrith was gifted everything from the southern plains south. How generous and impossible to hold it must have seemed. Let us look upon Mafrith and the legacy that he divided among his sons, not with an eye for accusation, but with a tactical consideration. For he must have known that mere rivals had never stopped to Vintner. What if he had set upon creating peers, and none of this was by accident? How then fared Isarath, Evren, and Varel? History of not heroes, reading in the ugly heart of change. Well, you say never mind. I mean, it's a morning. Most people that do pop into this chat, Detroit, they're either passing through or, you know, it's early. A lot of people, like, on the West Coast aren't even up yet. Like 7 o'clock or earlier. And any of the of our southern friends in Texas and Alabama, and Florida and Arkansas and Georgia, Tennessee, they're at work, if not in school. I pick a hell of a time to play, dude. What's that? I said never mind.
What is this now?
Saying not much, sorry. No. I still say the point remains. I got you though. I'm glad you're saying that much though. I'm glad that you're here too, Detroit. Thank you. Okay, favors for favors of friends. Different, simple script on the back of a stable report, marked with red paint. Thank you, friends, for helping good Lady Karis. For those who asked about the Herald, enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Yeah, we're on the lookout for clues.
How's the front? Which one? We're just trying
That will
to
allow us to meet our new friends. The summer home of Monsieur Glub. Plaque reads, the seasonal home for the childhood pet of the twin sons of Empress Yvette. The nature of Monsieur Glub's remains unknown, saying that he was a gift from a Rivian or Ravanian ambassador, and that he was eventually released to the sea after taking the hand of a sluggish page.
When there was no earth, you were the earth. When there was nothing, you were everything.
That's enough. Lover's Alcove. Every district has one, at least one, and the question must be, why is a place meant for dalliance declared in such an obvious way? And the answer, of course, is that the obviousness is the entirety of the point. When manners and station will not allow impassioned words, such corners are places to be seen, not being seen. Entering with a paramour is as much a decoration as singing out in joy, which one in good standing must never do. The alcove is thus, in dignified means, in announcing a romantic affiliation, rather with a general partnership, or to appear as such order to spare the suitor a refusal. Dignity, of course, requiring that one does not also make use of the darkness for actual physical gratification. This has, of course, never occurred. Wink. From Our Elysian Heart by formerly Sister Lodine. Ah.
As the moth
Got a little bit of a, you know, got a little bit of the sign action, you know what I'm saying? Her Majesty's Convenience. The plaque reads, for Her Majesty's Convenience, wood and vines defy the very sun and rain. Huh. Interesting. Also, everybody that's popping on this morning, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. We're just reading some lore here before we actually finish off the Friend of Red Jenny side quest here, so if you dig what you see, Sera and the follow button. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. None of heroes, the death of diversity. What could hold back an empire? Another. What could hold back so defined a people as Tevinter? Another. Let us consider that eldest Isarath was not meant to honor Mephrith, for the father's fate was already condemned by hidden betrayal. Let us consider that Isarath was told to turn from ties to Mephrith, to look forward, not back. What of his actions then? Isarath was granted a land of tribes, of scattered alliance. His answer was the grand unification, which most condemn as arrogance. Sweeping changes in trade, relocations to break local allegiances, all to favor centralized trade and power. Cities were leveled to expand a new capital, a powerful and influential city of a new nation, Valrio of Orlais, and in all in the name of not lost Andraste, but of holding back looming Deventer. Power was united, but cultures less so. Investing everyone in New Orlais stratified the classes, and though it spread a bitterness that if Ferelden ruled. Isarath avoided the stain of his father, for he was seen as victim too. But he was still Alamari. What if, dear readers, the final unifying element came not from accident, or even the deliberate actions of Isarath, but from a common hatred, and not the common hatred of the day? The sons of Mephrith would succeed at creating a peer of Tevinter, but only at the cost of themselves. Huh. Interesting.
What? Yes, I'm sorry. Minding the duties of the ailing mother, Havara. I am rather overwhelmed. Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend chantry services to you, and that troubles me greatly.
Well, eventually you'll hop on board, or I don't know. We just won't be friends. That's fine. Victory in Shade. The plaque reads, here grows one of the main strange trophies returned from the liberation of Kirkwall in 760 Storm when the brave Relysian forces turned back the unstoppable Canary. A cutting salvage from a burning dreadnought was presented to Emperor Cyril, and it was extended to full growth by careful hands of Valro's master landscapers. Oh, I brought home a palm tree. Neat.
It's true. Oh, yes.
Inquisition, eh? I'll sell. But if the Chantry censures you, I'm not liable. No offense, but I have to live here, and Valroyo can be traditional.
That's alright, we'll just have Cassandra step all over your scrolls. MBD. We got a couple schematics. Nice. And they are expensive as fuck. I don't think we'll have enough. Long-bearded axe. Interesting. Rusting longsword. Interesting. Well, give me... We won't have enough. Like, we'll have the legs and the arms, but yeah, we can't buy anything right now. We'll be back though. Okay, that's closed off. That's locked off too. Okay. I'm gonna need you guys to get out the way.
With passioned breath does the darkness breathe.
Alright, so let's head upstairs. Get that last bit from Red Jenny.
Oh, yes. Oh, they made the ask. I will not be selling.
Why not?
Okay. 4. Looming in upper court, torn page from an unsigned diary. My weakness forbids me not by chance to gaze upon the upper court, for which shadows of our final dance and wishes of my heart consort. Oh. Dude. So that one guy, the entirety of the water around Valrio is just one big reflecting pool that they can't fish out of because it's made out of lead. That's ridiculous. These people are ridiculous.
So, like the king, family line, all
Yes,
that?
thank you.
Oh, it just sounds so common in your accent.
I don't have an accent.
The same rock that flattened your nose to make those sounds must have also addled your hearing.
Right, well, blow it out your arse.
Yeah. I don't think I've actually heard that part before.
Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity.
Huh, what's in here? Hi.
Is this a shop?
I maintain a premises wherein customers of a certain affluence entertain the purchase of my ware. So yes, shop.
Well, can I see what you have at least?
Very well. What do you have for sale?
I have one item available for purchase. It is far too expensive for it merely to be sold. You may gaze upon it and dream of the wealth required to possess it, as have lords and kings. And then you may leave and purchase things from shops more aligned with your station.
Oh, how the hell do you stay in business?
How do you keep the doors open on a shop with one item?
My shop is a destination. Luminaries of every description journey here to see what is denied to them. Some pay tribute in the vain hope I will barter. They do not have the will to pay the price. They require a bargain to justify the spend, to ease their conscience. That would defeat the entirety of the purpose.
Zuckus, thank you for hosting. I do appreciate it. I'll drop this on you real quick. Also, if I sound kind of nasally, kind of sick this morning, it's how I usually sound in the mornings. So, if you're not already following Zuckus, follow him over at twitch.tv/Zuckus. That's Z-U-C. So Z is in zebra, U is in umbrella, C is in cat, K is in kite, A as in apple, and S is in snake. There you go. What the hell are you selling though?
I can't see it. Tell me what it is.
If you have to ask, you are not the one to buy it.
I need to know if I can use it.
And again, the point is missed. If mere use is your concern, you should go elsewhere. The person who claims this will not be known for using it. They will be known because they paid for it.
Was it worth the money?
So you sell one very expensive item, and it's worth it?
Let me now interrupt the inevitable defense of your thrift. I'm sure you have treasures, and you will have many more. You could parade them from here to Halam Shiral, but none of that would allow you to say you have purchased this. The item is irrelevant. The price is worth it.
Well, goodbye then.
Yes.
I want to see what you have. The Folly of General Not Sheridan. 3. But during times of crisis, there can emerge abilities we do not know we possess. The servant, under the greatest duress, stood as Not Sheridan. She stood and she spoke. She stood and she led. She stood and she attacked. And under banners they knew, and the voice that they did not. The force of her lay brought low their enemy. Now, perhaps the servant was more lieutenant than page to her battle-hardened lord, and perhaps the strength of the foe was stressed too much by retellings, and perhaps the allied were well practiced in their roles. But none questioned that Not Sheridan was at the least adequate and the most inspirational. So, wait. Why are there bones in that cage? Dude, what are you selling? Mystery box. So mysterious. 10k gold. Alright, if I can remember, I'm coming back. I want to see what's in the mystery box. It's the price you paid.
I can't believe this.
Oh my.
I bet you there's nothing in the box. That would be awesome.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
I never knew about that mystery box this entire time I've been playing the game. Today I go up there, I see what's going on, and I'm like, wow.
Empress Celine is a fine
Interesting.
leader.
You only say such because you've navigated our game unscathed.
What other measure would I use? That is Olay.
Ladies be beefing. The Randy Dowager Quarterly, an extra thick annual edition of Suspect Quarterly. The Randy Dowager welcomes the new year by scandalizing the old, with the collected romantic epic, The Horned Ones, being a tale of conquest, both of nation and of heart. Demands are satisfied as bronze giants share their explosive passions. The Randy Dowager exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says, only for those of particular taste. Delicate buds should remain in the garden while the bold of us flower. 5 scars fluttering in shock out of 5. So it's like a review of, like, Harlequin novels? Really? Okay. That's awesome. Alright, you guys are gonna have to let me down here. So I can get down here. And I mean, we're still looking at upper level stuff, right? Yeah.
No, I did not see him. The report was vague and he moved on quickly.
Their ways are so secretive, so interesting.
And concerning. They can conscript whoever they want, you know.
Taken by a warden. Not as threatening as you think.
Okay. I know we're not going the right way, but I want to check for, like, XP and stuff.
They are heroes, you know. I have relatives in Denver. They saw.
Alright, permigence. Alright, what's that? Plaque bears the following inscription. The pillars of our everlasting flame ignited in 530 exalted, captive 562 exalted. Forgive them for their petty nature, for the soot of your internal flames blackened their silk. Silks. Apparently there was a fire. And it did not end well.
Sir?
Waiting alcove. Plaque reads, forever empty in anticipation of artistic endeavor worthy of the envy and insidious jealousy of the capital and her glorious emperor. 848 blast. Scratched below the inscription. Mad shit, empty as his head.
It's all well and good for you. You have people to fight for you.
I do. My grandfather did much to ensure we would weather the thickets.
We can just stay over here beside some people.
Ah, the Herald of Andraste.
What's up?
Is there something I might help you with?
We're good for now.
No, thank you, sister.
Make her go with you.
I have a feeling we'll be talking with you later.
Sir?
Mystery and meaning of the 8 silks. 8 silks drape across Belmarsh. 8 silks that frame the sky and shade the common of commerce. Why 8? That question is posed time and time again by the visitor and philosopher. One, the grand history of our capital is displayed in this subtle choice, the ages. But we have 9. What fool would not have made such a prediction? Or would have made such a prediction? There is nothing in the Elysian mindset in the heart of our lay that suggests that even a hint of accepting an end in our way. Perhaps then something less flattering, but veiled. It is opined that the 8 represents the twin boys of Empress Yvette, born in 799, which heralded the blessed age. being the entwined loops of the number 8 itself, not its value. The more irreverent suggests that the 8 could easily be figured as a slight against Yvette's figure, for she was rumored to be stout but determined in her choice of costumery. Both theories are scoffed at by historians by the mere number fetish. What emerges when we consider the longevity of the question is not that the meaning was to be found, but that there is ingrained in us a search as though there is for. So what happens when you own dogs? Go figure. We own dogs. For we need to believe in such that the prominent detail of the greatest city in the world has ever known must be thoroughly rife with meaning, and so as we are, that we discount even the architect. It grew so annoyed in the question that he answered engraved in his memorial. There were 16 rods. What compares this fact to our search of truth? It was something as simple as construction, yet everybody else tried to find meaning in it.
And the game we know.
That's interesting.
Gaspard is the leader for uncertain times.
That does make sense, though. And the dog is out of breath. Okay. Yeah, come here. Alright, let's travel the location, shall we? And, what's that? She's of the four afoul. At this window, the thief Treadwell did witness the attempted assault of Lady Castine. He surrendered his chance for escape to catch and hold her assailant, a bard of Lord Haviland, or Halvin. Hero, thief, foiled bard, and conspiring noble were all censured as per their station and relevant action. Lashings and labor disappeared and ostracized for the social season, respectively. The scandal played out far longer in the theatrically serialized adaptation, which reimagined the three were siblings separated at birth, competing for Lady Castine's hand at her orchestration. The conclusion was relatively accurate to the original event, save for the punishment of the thief and the noble being swapped to comedic effect. Generally, good reviews received, though some thought the height of the lady's hair to be unrealistic. That's pretty good. Rainy Dowager covertly. An unread quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Rainy Dowager ignites winter passions with a collected conscripted by love, being a tale of two heroes come legends, the Grey Wardens, and their shining duty to claim those of promise who suit their joining. The Rainy Dowager exhibitions for the noble thought of its bride step. The lady herself says, always a classic when warrants come calling, or, dare one suggest, the reverse. 4 scarves fluttering in shock out of 5. Oh boy! Yeah, brother. That was pretty good, man. What's going on, Zakis? Thank you for the host, by the way. Not of heroes, division and distance. For a supposed creature of jealousy and greed, Mathrith was less so indeed. For while his word brought low the bride of the Maker, his prize was quickly divided and distanced. Let us consider the lesser of the sons in this matter. Of Everin, we know little. The middle boy, he was tasked with ruling the lands to be the marches. No claim by the father was made. No, in my name, to be humble. And that freedom is shown in result, for Everin himself was the least concerned with power. He among all led by example, not demand, and spoke only of sacrifice. When betrayal was revealed, Everin acted as a man broken, dispersing his holdings to the various tribes. It was a penance that spared him his family, but it also dispersed influence. To this day, the free marches are scattered. Of Verald, more is known, for his actions bring him the start of our nation, but his folly begins in the Vera, where we must ask, was this the will of the betrayer father, or mistake of youth? Mathras gave rule to the youngest. Verald never claimed the Vera. Never did he sit in the throne, and he is thought to have rarely visited, but his name is hated there most of all, for it is bartered for legacy by the son. Unlike Everin, Verald spoke not as example, but to claim. Never his name is mentioned without that of his mother and his father. His claims were bold, their actions were his, and their thoughts were all shared. But from the father on his throne of Ferelden, no word was recorded. And we wondered, was it deliberate? For when the betrayal was revealed, all the ties to Mathras were vilified, and so strong were the ties that Verald had been drawn, that his court was killed to a man, and he was forced to flee. For, had he kept silent, as it seems the will of the knowing father, and had he girded as the father had guided the elder Iserath, then Verald may have remained in rule. But that would require the betrayer not be as he is drawn, and it would have kept Verald in the Vara, and it would have kept Verald from Orlais, and it would have prevented the further betrayal that truly birthed Orlais. Alright, last but not least, a scrap of parchment is hastily torn from the ornate document, stuffed into its hiding place for the large red sock, and we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrawled below the misspelled script. Herald go in time, praise addressed. Taken together, the messages reveal the time, place, and a key to a location in the world map. And now we shall go. Okay. Oh, we're gonna talk Brohan too.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not?
I might be.
I have an invitation for you.
Thank you. You're cordially invited to attend my salon held in the Chateau Duc Bastang de Gislain. Yours, Vivienne de Fer, first enchanter of Monsimard, enchanter to the Imperial Court. Cool. Alright, so... Court. Imperial Enchanter. Vivienne de Fer, the first enchanter of Monsimard, has extended an invitation to her salon in Chateau Duc Bastang de Gislain. Use the world map to attend the salon. Alright. Let us go. Let's make some new friends. But before we leave...
If I might have a moment of your time.
Sure. Cricky chair included.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
Okay. So if you're leader of the whole entire resistance, why weren't you at the Conclave?
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the Conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars did it?
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
Oh, how convenient. So why are you speaking to us now?
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herod.
Come, let us return to Haven.
We're gonna be a little busy. We have friends to make.
Lady Kadash of the Inquisition.
What up?
What a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Seeing the same faces at every event becomes so tiresome. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
What do you know about me?
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
Alright, you spoke about the Duke.
I've heard very little about Duc Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
His business with the Council of Heralds often takes him from home for long periods. It can't be good for a man of his years.
And of course, there's the civil war. Bastien probably wishes to distance himself from the actions of his one-time son-in-law.
Tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for Gaspard. Everyone knows it.
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Madame de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit.
What?
Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
You got beef, son?
I've never made any claims to holiness. What's your point?
In front of all these people, you admit to being a pretentious usurper. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a woman of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
Really?
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests.
Yeah, brother.
You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
Oh, I bet.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lady, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
Words are words.
I think the Marquis has seen the error of his ways.
By the grace of Andraste, you have your life, my dear. Do be more careful with it. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you.
Alright.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Cool.
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
Because, you know, it's all about the face value here in Orlais. I will say this, it's been an interesting party.
Your salon has certainly exceeded my expectations so far.
I'm glad to keep you entertained, my dear. I wanted to meet face to face. It is important to consider one's connections carefully. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
You say you led the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
So you're in favor of returning the mages to the Circle, then?
Where else can mages safely learn to master their talents? We need an institution to protect and nurture magic. Maker knows, magic will find neither on its own.
Okay.
What exactly can you do for the Inquisition?
I am well versed in the politics of the Orlesian Empire. I know every member of the Imperial Court personally. I have all the resources remaining to the Circle at my disposal. And I'm a mage of no small talent. Will that do?
No. Alright, cool. You're in.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Okay. We have a new friend. Oh, we got like 5 minutes. We might be able to pick up our next party member by then, depending. Unless they just immediately return me to Haven, in which case, no. I don't know. Yep. We got one more spot to go to. Oh, no. Well, can we... We can. Okay. Well, Solus, it's been fun, bro. Okay, I think... Yeah, he's good. Accessories. Alright, golden. You don't have that cool frill in the back. That's the issue. Armor's armor, though. That was for soulless, too. Oops. Alright. Let's save. Alright, well, we're going to do a simple thing then. Turn off my alarm so we'll at least be able to get our next friendo. Okay, we're gonna go to quest map, this, and then I'm gonna pick up Friend of Red Jenny. Whoa, alright, calm down. Character record. Alright, Vivienne. Everybody squared away. Pretty good.
Well,
At least they know who I work for, at least. Come on. That guy's gotta get it. I don't think he's gonna make it. Whoa. Excuse me.
Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
Yes.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
And down goes Frazier.
Ugh.
Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve.
Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're... you're all dwarfy. I don't mean nothing, but you're down there. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I glow. What's going on?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sera. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Right.
Why did you take their weapons?
Because breaches? I don't know. Because dumb. Just a big stupid pile of dumb. Right in the kidneys. Alright.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
Alright.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sera. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
You got soldiers?
The Inquisition is almost an army now. Can you add to it?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got generals and oath belchers. And sure, you have soldiers. Like the dead guys protecting that other dead guy. All those helmets, and what gave them up? Some drunk gets a key lifted because someone else is pissed about bills. So no, I'm not Captain Swordface, or Marchy. But if you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Alright, cool. You're in.
Alright, Sera. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
This will be weird. But okay. We have new friends. Alright. Let's mosey. These kids in their breeches. Alright, so we'll go back to Haven and we'll wrap it up for the morning. Need to get out of here, though. Is there anything else I need to pick up? What's over here? Yeah. Can run a little bit of extra gold in your pockets. Alright, let's head back to Haven. Yeah, it's gotta wait on the autosave. There we go. Prospects. Yep. Main menu. And we're loading. Sweet. Alright. Thank you very much to everybody that hung out this morning. We read a lot of lore, we got 2 new friends, and we made some good time.